These are daily affirmations you can speak over yourself from Jordan Peterson's publications. From 12 Rules for Life, an Antidote to Chaos. Rule 1, stand up straight with your shoulders back. I carry myself with dignity. My posture declares my worth before I speak a single word, and I choose to occupy my space fully and without apology. I am built for this. My body, my bearing, and my presence signal to the world and to my own nervous system that I am capable and ready. When I face the world with my shoulders back, I accept the weight of responsibility and the full promise of what I can become. I choose courage over defeat. I refuse to collapse inward. I stand tall, face forward, and step into my place. Rule 2, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. I am worth taking care of. I treat myself with the same compassion, discipline, and intentionality I would extend to someone I deeply love. I take my own health, growth, and well-being seriously, not out of selfishness, but because I cannot give from an empty vessel. I do not neglect myself. I nourish my body, feed my mind, and tend to my soul as if my life depends on it, because it does. Rule 3, make friends with people who want the best for you. I am selective about who I allow into my inner circle. The people around me lift me higher, not pull me lower. I am worthy of genuine friendship, relationships built on mutual respect, growth, and honest investment in each other's success. I no longer confuse loyalty with self-destruction. I can love people from a distance when proximity costs me my progress. Rule 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. My only competition is the version of me that existed yesterday. I measure my progress on my own timeline by my own standard. Every small improvement I make compounds into transformation. I celebrate every step forward, no matter how small, because progress is progress. I am my own unique path. Someone else's success is not my failure. It is evidence that growth is possible. Rule 5, do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. I set loving, firm boundaries, not out of control, but out of care. Structure is one of the greatest gifts I can give. I parent with both warmth and discipline, knowing that the world will not accommodate a child I failed to prepare. The boundaries I enforce today are the foundations of the character someone will stand on for the rest of their life. Rule 6, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. I begin with myself. Because I speak about what is wrong in the world, Before I speak about what is wrong in the world, I look honestly at what I can fix in my own life. I take ownership of my domain, my habits, my home, my relationships, my mind, and I bring order there first. I am not a victim of the world's chaos. I am a force of order within my own sphere, and that is where my power lives. Rule 7, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. I choose meaning over convenience. I am willing to delay gratification, bear difficulty, and do the hard thing when it is the right thing. My life is orientated toward what matters deeply, not what feels easy now. Meaning is my compass, and I follow it faithfully. I sacrifice what is lesser for what is greater. This is not deprivation. It is the architecture of a life worth living. I was not made for comfort alone. I was made for purpose, and I honor that calling every day by choosing the meaningful path. Rule 8, tell the truth or at least don't lie. I speak with integrity. I say what I mean what I say, and let truth, not fear, shape my words. Honesty costs me less in the long run than the compounding debt of deception. I choose the clean path of truth. When I speak truthfully, I strengthen myself. My word has weight because it is always backed by what I actually believe. Rule 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. I listen to understand, not just respond. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn something I didn't know before. I approach others with humility, knowing that wisdom lives in unexpected places and in unexpected people. My mind is open. I hold my conclusions loosely and my attention tightly because the next great insight might come from the next person I truly hear. Rule 10. Be precise in your speech. I name things clearly and directly. Vague language creates vague lives. I choose precision and my world becomes clearer for it. I confront problems by naming them. I do not hide behind ambiguity. The moment I name the dragon, I can face it. My words are tools, not weapons and not smoke. I use them with care, with accuracy, and with the full weight of what I mean. I do not bother children when they are skateboarding. I respect the drive to push limits, take risks, and develop mastery through challenge. Growth lives at the edge of my comfort zone. I do not run from hard things. I embrace the kind of struggle that sharpens me and builds the competence I was made to carry. I give myself and others room to fail, not try. I give myself and others room to fail, to try, to fall, and to try again. That space is sacred, and it is where character is forged. Rule 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Even in the middle of hardship, beauty and goodness are still present. I slow down enough to notice them and let them matter. I am grateful for small mercies. In the most difficult seasons of my life, I choose to see what is still good, still present, still worth cherishing. Life contains both tragedy and gift. I do not let the weight of one blind me to the grace of the other. From the book Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life. I do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or creative achievement. I honor the structures that hold civilization together, even as I work to improve them. Gratitude and progress are not opposites. I celebrate what has been built, created, and achieved by those who came before me. I stand on their shoulders, and I do not pretend otherwise. I bring creative gifts to the world with intention. My work has the power to renew what is good while adding something new. Imagine who you could be, then aim single-mindedly at that. That's rule 2. I have a clear picture of who I am becoming, and I align every decision every day toward that vision. The best version of me is not a fantasy, it is a destination, and I'm on my way there right now, one honest step at a time. I was made for something specific. I lean into that calling with my whole self, undivided, focused, and unafraid. Because the world is full of suffering, I am obligated to become the best I can be. My growth is not for me alone. It serves everyone around me. Rule 3. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. I face what is hard. I do not avoid the difficult conversations. the uncomfortable truths, or the problems I have been postponing. Clarity is a gift I give myself. I bring the fog into the light, name what is wrong, and move forward with awareness. I refuse to deceive myself. What I acknowledge, I can address. What I ignore, I will only grow larger in the dark. Rule 4. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. I speak towards what others run from, and I step towards what others run from. Where there is a void of responsibility, there is also an invitation for me to rise. Meaning does not come from ease. It comes from taking on a heavy and worthy load. I willingly carry what I have been given to carry. I see the opportunity hidden in the undone work, the unmet need, the abandoned role. This is where I belong. Rule 5. Do not do what you hate. I have the courage to align my actions with my values. I refuse to participate in what I know to be wrong, even when the cost is real. My conscience is a compass. When something inside me recoils, I pay attention. That signal is not weakness, it is wisdom. I speak up, stand firm, and live with integrity, even when it is uncomfortable. A life in conflict with itself is no life at all. Rule 6. Abandon ideology. I see reality as it is, not as I wish it to be. I engage with the complexity of the world rather than forcing it into a simple story. I think for myself, I question the frameworks handed to me and arrive at my own understanding through honest inquiry and open eyes. I hold my beliefs with humility. I am willing to be wrong, willing to learn, and willing to revise, because truth matters more than being right. Rule 7. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing and see what happens. I go all in on what matters most. I give my craft, my calling, my work, everything I have, and I discover what I am truly capable of. Focused effort over time moves mountains. I choose one thing to pursue with full commitment, and I refuse to be distracted from it. I am not afraid of hard work. In fact, it is where I come alive. The sweat, the struggle, the slow progress, all of it is building something real. Rule 8. Try to make one room in your home as beautiful as possible. I bring beauty into my environment because the space I inhabit shapes the person I am. I invest in my surroundings as an act of self-respect. I take beauty seriously. It is not a luxury. It is a form of attention to the sacred, a declaration that life is worth adorning. When I create one beautiful thing, I open a door. Beauty is a discipline I practice, and it transforms both my space and my soul. Rule 9. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. I am not defined by my past. I revisit old wounds, not to live in them, but to understand them, and then leave them behind with wisdom in hand. I process what has hurt me. Writing it, naming it, examining it, strips it down of its power to run my life from the shadows. My history is part of my story, not the whole of my identity. I learn from it, integrate it, and walk forward as someone who has faced it. Rule 10. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. I invest in my most important relationships with the same intentionality I bring to my most important work. Love is an act of will, not just a feeling. I am honest in my relationships. I negotiate rather than manipulate, speak rather than stew, and commit to the kind of love that is built, not just felt. I protect and nourish what I have been given. Deep relationships require effort, and it is worth every bit of it. Rule 11. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. I confront bitterness before it hardens into resentment. I name my grievances, address what I can, and release what I must. I walk in truth and humility. I have nothing to hide and nothing to prove. My strength is real, and it needs no inflated story around it. I guard my character carefully. The slow drift towards resentment, deception, or pride is something I watch for and redirect every day. Rule 12. Be grateful in spite of your suffering. I choose gratitude even in the hard seasons. Suffering is real, and I do not deny it. But neither does it get the final word of my life. Beauty and pain coexist in this world. I am large enough to hold both. I let gratitude anchor me in the things that remain good. My life, with all its weight and all its grace, is worth living. I say thank you for the gift, for the difficulty, for the chance to be alive. Even when I cannot see the fullness of what I've been given, I choose to walk with open hands rather than a clenched fist. Gratitude is the posture of a free person. Maps of meaning, the architecture of belief. Core theme number 1, order, chaos, and the heroic journey. I am the hero of my own story. When chaos arrives, and it will, I choose to face it rather than flee from it, knowing that transformation waits on the other side. I was built for the threshold between order and chaos. That edge is uncomfortable, but it is also where I grow, where I create, and where I find what I am made of. I do not need all the chaos to be gone before I take my next step. I move forward anyway into the unknown, trusting that my capacity to navigate will develop as I go. Core theme number 2, the power of meaning over happiness. I pursue meaning, not mere happiness. Meaning sustains me through suffering. Happiness alone cannot. I orient my life towards what is deep and true. My life has a plot. There is a direction, a purpose, and a role that only I can fill. I commit myself to discovering and living that role fully. Even suffering, rightly approached, points me toward meaning. I do not waste my pain. I let it teach me, refine me, and direct me towards what matters most. Core theme number 3, the danger of ideology and the necessity of truth. I protect myself from the lie of simple answers. The world is complex, and I engage that complexity with the curiosity and courage rather than dogma. I do not sacrifice the individual on the altar of the collective. My story, my choices, my conscience. These things matter, and I treat them as sacred. History is my teacher. I take seriously what happens when truth is abandoned, and I commit my honesty as both a personal and moral practice. core theme number 4. Mythological and archetypal wisdom. The great stories of humanity are maps. I read them carefully because they reveal timeless truths about who I am, what I face, and how to live with integrity. I carry within me the patterns of ancient wisdom, the courage, the sacrifice, the transformation. These are not just old stories. These are instructions for my life. I am part of something much larger than myself. The thread of meaning runs through generations, and I am a living expression of it when I choose to live well. Core theme number 5. Personal responsibility as the foundation of meaning. I take radical responsibility for my life. Not because everything is my fault, but because the only power I have is in my own choices and responses. Responsibility is not a burden I drag. It is a weight that gives my life gravity and direction. I choose to carry it with both hands. I am not a passive character in my own story. I am the author, and every day I choose what kind of person that author is becoming. I hope this blesses you. Grace and peace.